Hello, everybody. This is Rachna, and I'm here once again with Sherlock Holmes for you. Now, children, let us understand a little about our character, Sherlock Holmes. And, children, I'm pretty sure most of you have come across various such characters in our lives. Now, children, basically, uh, I'm very sure that you, all of them, must have heard about other such characters like James Bond and so on and so forth. Even, animated characters like Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck or Cars, right? And these characters like Sherlock Holmes or James Bond, they are such characters which are larger than life, and most importantly, we feel that they are still a part of us, one between us, right? So, what do we have about our creator's uh, author? Well, he's Arthur Conan, and he was a medical doctor actually. Having created Sherlock Holmes in 1887, he wrote a lot of short stories and novels, which were basically based on Sherlock Holmes himself. Well, he was born on 22nd May 1859 and he died on 7th July 1930, both in United Kingdom. So, let's get started without waiting any longer about Sherlock Holmes. As I said, he's a fictional character, and he's the prototype for the modern mastermind detectives. Now, Holmes first appeared in Conan Doyle's A Study in Scarlet, which was published in Beaton's Christmas Annual in 1887, as the world's first and only consulting detective. He pursued criminals throughout the Victorian and Edwardian London. Well, children, don't think that I'm only telling you something which is there in your book. Of course, you should know a little more uh, detail about this character of ours, right? So, and of course, even in he pursued criminals even in continental Europe. Although the fictional detective had been anticipated by Edgar Allan Poe's Sir Auguste Dupin and Emily, uh, but Holmes made a singular impact upon the popular imagination and has been the most enduring character of the detective stories. Now, of course, we do know that Conan Doyle, he modeled Holmes' methods and mannerisms on those that were of Dr. Joseph Bell, who had been his professor at the University of Edinburgh Medical School. In particular, Holmes' uncanny ability to gather evidence was based upon his honed skills of observation and deductive reasoning. Now, actually, to cut it short, he never really wanted that Holmes should be a detective who is built upon whose detective abilities are built upon the follies of a criminal, but instead he wanted that his character should be so good that he didn't really wait to find out the mistake of or the folly of a criminal, right? So this is what we really understand over here when we say that he honed his skills on observation and deductive reasoning. Well, Holmes, he offered some insight into his method, claiming that when you have excluded the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. This is what he actually wanted. So, His detective's abilities became clear, though no less amazing, when explained by his companion, Dr. John H. Watson, who recounts the criminal case they jointly pursue. Right? So, although Holmes rebuffs praise, declaring his abilities to be elementary, the often quoted phrase, elementary, my dear Watson, never actually appears in Cannondale's writings. Okay? So, what we really get to understand is that uh, Watson and Sherlock Holmes, they work together in whatever case they really find out and whatever they really get involved in. Okay, so his London abode at 221B Baker Street is tended by his housekeeper, Mrs. Hudson. Okay, so Holmes, he appears to undergo a bout of mania and depression, the latter of which are accompanied by pipe smoking, violin playing, and cocaine use. Okay, so throughout the four novels and the 56 short stories which feature Holmes, a number of characters recur, including the bumbling Scotland Yard Inspector Lestrade and the group of street Arabs who are known as the Baker Street Irregulars, who are routinely, employed by Holmes as informers. So you must be able to, relate to everything. Even today, when we go across, we find that there are inspectors who are trying to find out, about a certain person. They have their informers. So similarly, we find that Holmes also, he had informers, and they were in the form of these street Arabs. Okay, so well, now when we claim that Holmes is distracted, has distracted him from better things, Conan Doyle, he famously in 1893 in his short story The Final Problem, he attempted to kill Sherlock Holmes, right? And they were actually, both the villain, who is Professor Moriarty, he and Holmes, they both plunge, they plunge to death in the Switzerland's, Reichenbach Falls, right? Now, Reichenbach Falls, when we say in the book, it is mentioned as gorge, right? So, this is how he tries to kill him. But then, more than 20,000, readers, they cancel their subscription of Strand magazine just because they were not ready to read anything without Holmes being there. So he had to, Doyle, he had to reconstruct, he had to rebuild his character back, he had to bring him back. Okay, and when he brought him back, is it that he gained a whole lot of popularity? And of course, we also come across the fact that Doyle, he was facing a lot of problems, and he was actually rescued by by an American publisher when he was facing a whole lot of problems in publishing more about Sherlock Holmes. But then, and that is probably why he gained so much of popularity in not just London but even in America, right? So this is how we find out that he was brought back to life. Yeah. So Holmes, he remained a popular figure into the 21st century also. even today we find that he is still very very well known and a very celebrated character. Come what may, we actually we are able to uh, read, we are able to relate, and most importantly, we find that whatever be the case, we have him around. We always feel that, yeah, uh, of course, this is something that we find even in Sherlock Holmes. So, or maybe that it is actually whatever we find is because of him itself. So, or maybe like the today's detectives, they too, they actually work in the same way that Holmes was working. So, what had happened when he killed him? He was actually brought back to life, and when he was brought back to life, it was by popular demand, and uh, he reappeared in a very retrospective story in the novel The Hound of the Baskervilles, which received instant applause and instant recognition. Okay, he didn't really have to work too hard for it. He didn't really have to work too hard for it. So finally, Sherlock Holmes, he returned from his dead in the story, The Adventure of the Empty House, right? And uh, after that, there were 13 short stories which were published uh, in the book The Return of the Sherlock Holmes, right? So, children, basically, what we really find today, that be it the television industry or the movie industry, whichever way you really feel like saying, we have this character Sherlock Holmes looming over us even today, right? So, this is what it is. I just say that the legend still continues. The character, he still continues to live, and because he has such an enduring appeal that has led to numerous cinematic and dramatic outings with recent editions, which has been there in the 2015 film Mr. Holmes and BBC's Sherlock, which have been a popular TV series. So uh, he is such a he's supposed to be considered as a British cultural icon, and he has received much significant impact on popular culture as a whole. So, children, what we get to understand, when you see James Bond, you find that there are various Sean Connery and all these others. They keep playing the character. Similarly, with Sherlock Holmes also, we have numerous people who still play this character, and he is still so well known for it, right? So this is all from me to you people. I hope you have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you so very much.